I have never been oppressed. I'm a white, cisgender man living in a decent area of a first world country. I'm more feminine than the idea of masculinity, and I'm still trying to figure out my sexuality. But these are invisible things I'm able to blend in. I have never had to worry about the police or another civilian attacking and murdering me for my skin colour. I have never been turned away from a job because of the area that I live in or the sound of my name. I have never had to feel nervous walking through London with a rucksack because of my nationality. I have never had people marching through the streets of my city, chanting about how I should be forcibly removed from my home country. I have never had to argue for my right to a voice or to a vote or to an equal wage. I've never had to argue the fact that my feelings are real and not the product of a mental illness. I've never had to protest my right to marry who I choose to or to love who I love with the fear of prosecution or murder. I've never had to deal with unchallenged harassment in the streets and then be told that I deserved it anyway for the way that I was dressed. I've never had to protest in the streets that my life matters as much as someone else's. I've never been compared by my own head of state to the very Nazis that I was protesting against. I've never been blamed for someone else's act of murder based on the fact that they had taken my religion and twisted it to suit their own ideals and agenda of hatred. I've never had someone vandalise or burn down my place of worship based on the actions of someone else who had no connection to the place. I have never been the victim of hate crime or seen my demographic group specifically targeted after a socio-political event. I've never had to wake up worrying about my place in society or spend sleepless nights thinking about where I belong. I've never had to reassure family members that everything's going to be alright, or warn them not to go to certain areas of a town or city for fear of what might happen to them based on who they are and where they're from. I've never been told what I am allowed or not allowed to speak out against, or what I am allowed to think is or isn't okay. I've never had to lie to my friends, family, colleagues, or anyone else about who I am. I've never been put down for things that are out of my control, such as my gender, my sexuality, my faith, my nationality, or my skin colour. I've never been told that I'm not allowed to be who I am. I've never suffered oppression, and I know that I'm quite fortunate in that, and I know that listing out those things may seem like I'm just going, hey, isn't my life great? What I'm trying to do is explain that I have not been through those things. If anything, I'm from the demographic who is more likely to be on the other side, putting down other people for those things. I can't fully empathise or understand what it must be like to be in an oppressed group, living 24/7 in fear that someone else can just come along and do one of those things that I listed and face little to no repercussions for it. However, despite the fact that I can't put myself into those shoes because it's so far removed from my own life, I understand that this shit is plain and simply wrong. I also understand if you do not denounce it, you are a part of the problem. You may not want to get political or controversial or divisive, but remaining neutral means that you have chosen the side of the oppressor and that you do not care about the oppression that's going on. We're currently going through a time in our society where we have to decide what we believe in and what makes good people and what is right and wrong. And while going through this time, we have to remember a very simple fact that often gets misrepresented or confused due to these prejudices. We are all one human race.